Guys, Kenneth Okonkwo has broken the camel's back. Like they say, information truly is power. Where are we really going in this country? Yes, Kenneth Okonkwo has come out to speak truth to power. Kenneth Okonkwo, who is bold, intelligent, courageous, and outspoken, has come out to expose some of the truths behind the lapses and the shenanigans as acted upon by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I like to take a look at the words of Kenneth Okonkwo that has sparked reactions on the internet, but please do well to share this video. Drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the words of Kenneth Okonkwo, and we shall continually be here to serve you. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be coming back to give you the reactions of Nigerians about it.
People have been making a mistake as to what the president did in Rivers State. With profound respect to everybody that has been talking, the president did not declare state of emergency in Rivers State. The president declared a martial law in Rivers State. And I want you to understand the difference. The state of emergency is recognized by our constitution and has given the president the power to declare state of emergency under certain conditions.
Under certain conditions.
The Nigerian Bar Association, led by its president, has made it clear that none of those conditions has been fulfilled to warrant the declaration of state of emergency, meaning that the purported declaration is not a state of emergency. The Supreme Court is very clear. In the case of Attorney General of Bendel State and Adeyo, he said any act of governance not covered under an enabling law is a nullity. So there is nothing like state of emergency in what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did. Why? Because state of emergency does not, even if the situation has arisen, does not include the removal of elected representatives of the people. The Constitution is very clear. In section 1, subsection 2, that Nigeria shall not be governed or any part thereof by any persons except in accordance with the Constitution. Where is it in the Constitution where it was stated that Nigeria or any state should be governed by a sole administrator? None. So what the president did is akin to what the president of South Korea did when he declared martial law and wanted to remove the elected representatives of the people. The legislature moved in immediately, including the members of the party of the president, and removed the president himself for declaring martial law and intending to remove elected representatives of the people. That is a coup against the federation. The president of South Korea is awaiting trial for doing that, even his own party. So what the legislature is expected to be thinking about doing is removing Tinubu for declaring a martial law on a state, a federating unit, and trying to rule that state through the military, through sole administrator, not contemplated by our constitution. So what Tinubu has done, can't you see? And let me explain the more. He usurped even the power to make law for that state. He said the sole administrator can make regulation. Regulation is part of law because regulation is a subsidiary legislation that derives its validity from a statute. So he usurped it through a decree, not our law, that the sole administrator can make law, and that he, Tinubu, and his cabinet will be the one to authorize the law, usurping the power of the legislature. That is treason. That is trying to govern Nigeria or a part of it in a manner not contemplated by the constitution. Now, Tinubu suspended numerous sections of the constitution in order to make his declaration. No state of emergency authorizes the government to suspend any provision of the Constitution. But in declaring the martial law, which Tinubu did for Rivers State, he suspended Section 1 of the Constitution, Section 179, 180, 188, 189, and Section 120 and 121, including Section 117 and 110, in other words 110 of the Constitution. He suspended these several sections of the Constitution in order to make that declaration. That cannot be declaration of a state of emergency. What are these constitutions, provisions of the Constitution talking? You cannot govern Nigeria outside elected member of the representatives of the people. That is what these sections are saying. And these sections enumerated the methods that you can use to remove a member of the House of Assembly or the governor. 1, by death, by resignation, by removal through impeachment, by permanent incapacity and expiration of term, and for the House of Assembly member by recall. That is the summary of all these sections that I have enumerated. So the president suspended these sections and wanted to rule Rivers State by decree, because he has already usurped the power of the legislature. And that is why I'm saying that what he declared was martial law, was a coup against the people of Rivers State. Rivers State are the ones that elected the governor and the members of the House of Assembly. And even by Interpretation Act, he said he that appoints is the only person that has the power to remove. So the president did not appoint the governor, he did not appoint the members of the House of Assembly, they were elected. So the president has no right to remove them. And any government in place in a democracy was instituted by laws. And that is why the Supreme Court say any act of governance that is not covered under an enabling law is a nullity. Even the National Assembly that has the right, and I'm talking now about the state of emergency, for you to know the difference from the state of emergency and what Tinubu did. In the state of emergency, Section 305 was clear. You declare state of emergency when there is war or when there is imminent threat of invasion of Nigeria. That has not happened. Or when there is actual breakdown of public order and public safety as to warrant extraordinary measure to correct the situation, or where there is a danger that such a thing will happen, or where there is a natural calamity of such that needs extraordinary measure to correct, or where there is a threat to the collapse of the Federation of Nigeria.
Now let's take a look at what Kelechi said. He said Nnamdi Kanu saw it coming and was shouting years back, yet people took him on serious. Yorubas don't want peace and development in any other region other than their region. Dread said, a country where there is justice. Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo has spoken, even said it all. Tinubu deserves to be facing Nigeria is not a lawlessness country. Another one came from Elliot, who said Tinubu is bad news to Nigeria. Nigeria has become a dictator and governing country like a mafia. Unfortunately, most Nigerians are suffering from stock syndrome. Treasure said he will do so to all PDP states. Let them keep quiet. Nigerian legislators can't do what they are after their pockets. Natasha would have voted against it. Covenant said, well analyzed, very correct. I hope he listens. And Adedun said, you are all the same and part of them. The only difference is that you are yet to be given the power. I never trusted any of you politicians because you are all the same. Behold said, please get an audience, CNN, BBC, and possibly the president of US if all you're saying are true. Like you don't know the truth, the difference between truth and lie. Willie said, TBT, Nigeria is not a country, it's a company. And Ebere said, other nations of the world are laughing at Nigerians. How lousy and careless Tinubu and his cronies be. It's really heartbreaking. Another reaction came from Madi that said, unfortunately, Nigeria does not have an independent legislature or an independent judiciary. Every institution in Nigeria, including the army, has been captured